Because we could go to the chapel, but no. What I'm wanting to do instead is head much further this way. Because what we're going to be doing is getting an ability that will help me
Ask them
survive more.
defectors if they miss anything about Protectorate life.
10 bits they said community.
So basically, we're going to head over here and start this quest, and then head down here. I could stop here on the way, but I'd rather just, do these right now.
Yep, community.
So, nope. Go over here to journal, and yeah. Okay. So we run into anything, well, we just run. So over this way, I believe, is a group of Raptidons. So let's literally just see what happens if I try and book it. Well, I'll be honest, this was going much smoother than I thought I was expecting
This
it.
stretch runs between Fairfield and the Eastern Forward Operating Base. North of here is an old abandoned chapel. Dang, I ought to be charging for information.
I'll be completely honest, I was expecting to get attacked by something there. But I guess the world isn't quite as hectic as I was thinking.
Careful, friend.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us.
Okay, now let's see. I think I remember there being a couple of things around here. I don't have the science or explosive skills. Let's see, my pick.
I don't even want to think about the damage those crabbles are gonna do to my machines.
They're crabbles. They ain't gonna do nothing to
I
your
don't think we can get
precious
into any of
terminal.
those.
Only thing
I
they're
feel like I remember there
to
being a
is us.
card around here.
Word is Milver Street is ordering a watch on the Protectorate survivors in Westport. Wants any changes
Soldier
reported.
uniform,
I hate that
propaganda
kind of work.
thing.
It always sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't even on my contract. Milver Street is offering bits rewards for anything of import we can tell him. But I do love bits. Come on, friend. Let's go set our lamps on something juicy for Milver Street.
Okay, so I don't. Okay, we could steal a bunch of random stuff. I thought I remember there being a card we could pick up here. Steal explosives. Okay.
Scout report.
Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is... Let's not waste each other's time.
Okay. She had different armor, so I thought I'd be able to, see something, or see if she was a unique NPC. I didn't remember. Okay, now, here's where we gotta be a little on the careful side. Because I can't remember why, but for some reason the people on this farm are rather, hostile. Like, shoot on sight hostile. So let's just run and jump over this, and we should be good. Now, as long as they don't try shooting at us, I should be fine. I'm not even sure where they are. Junior Chemistress. The enemy is marked with a skull. Yeah, okay.
What do you mean you're leaving?
Shift's over. I have a life outside this place,
Homicidal.
you know.
A life? Outside our lab? No. No. Audacious advances requires commitment. Absolute commitment! Rolling up my sleeves.
Damn. Glad I don't work there. Yeah, and that is why I don't want to be over there. Eden's bounty. Okay. So let's just get in here. Because there are a couple of things we can easily do to help us out here. I actually am thinking about doing more of the companion quests, just because for the most part, those that I do know, we don't actually have. Just because those companion quests don't require us to actually have the companion fight with us.
Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building back yonder is his domicile. Do hate to come off impolite. Word to the wise, despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the Protectorate. Anyone spots an outsider engaging in misdeeds might just open fire.
Yeah, that's why I'm being very careful. Okay. Now,
I just feel sad for them. It's even in their name. Auntie's Choice.
so we need to go up and talk to this guy, and then we have a couple of options. Both to sabotage and help people. And now we just recklessly walk up to this guy.
Greetings. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
I see you learned what happens when you use a retaining wall to hold back the ocean.
I beg to differ. Those walls have stood for over a century and would easily have stood for another, were it not for Auntie's greed and envy and explosives.
I'm sure staying in the ruins of your city will show them.
That is unlikely, as they are too ignorant to see our obvious superiority. Our society was built from the bedrock up, through the vision of our matriarch. Due to her genius, the structure of our society is perfect, planned down to the last subject. We all work as a unified whole for the betterment of all, unlike those corporate colonies, where it's every person for themselves.
Yeah, if it's so perfect, how did they invade so easily?
Obviously, there was some sort of betrayal from within. Even a perfect society has its malcontents, and selfish consumerism is an alluring drug for weak minds. But consider all we've achieved that others have not. Why, we've even eradicated manual labor through our perfection of auto mechanicals. Can aunties claim such?
You mentioned betrayal from within, you mean from the Order?
I will not speak of them. I dislike even doing so indirectly. That brings me to a matter I'd like to discuss with you, actually. I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, auto mech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere.
Yeah. Only a couple of gears and essential motivators to serve your purposes.
We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Our wily chief mechanist can reprogram the mech, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
Where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty
You'll be
for
punished.
all.
Why?
Why, we're traitors, obviously. We've not fulfilled our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long.
How can a boot hill be vapid?
My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine. Disgrace and judgment should be mine solely as well. My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try.
I could say this, but I'm going to go with this.
That's abundantly kind of you. Though there must be something I can offer.
Yeah, you must have intimate
Enough to lead
knowledge.
and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
I'm pursuing her, and her last known location was the box relay.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy.
Already have access.
Farewell now.
Out of balance. Individualism
Okay.
ran rampant.
So we're going to get the parts for him, and I think we get, well, if nothing else, we're going to get rewarded with some money, which right now I can definitely use. Because over here is where we should have access to a new stealth melee weapon.
Greetings. None. However, I'm initiating.
Okay, so there's that, and there's this. Adrenaline Edge Mark III. Passively accumulate energy and toxicity while in active combat. Produces with medical skill. I'm already raising my skill, so that's not that bad. Another Tri-Blade. Ability Grip. Graded Edge. Yeah, I kind of wish I had the plasma one.
Time for recreation. We
So there are a couple of things we're going to be able to do here.
And Sovereign chose Eden, the perfect ecotope as our home, and devised the paradigm as appeared right out of the aether, just as I imagine our proud sentinels do. Like, here I am, your innermost thoughts are known to me, and nobody once hears from you again. Caught me reciting passages from a beacon to the cosmos, illustrating my steadfast fidelity. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true.
My favorite part is page 6, paragraph 2. How does that go again?
Oh, it's that, homespun metaphor. The Protectorate as a happy, attentive family, the Sovereign smiling beneficently at the head of the table, all such, so forth and the like.
Yes, recite it for me.
Say, you are every bit you seem, yes? Thoroughly on the up and up and in no way a hidden agent? It is widely known that a sentinel is required to stand revealed before rendering judgment. Why, A plot point about that featured prominently in the latest episode of Red Cloak.
We all know how invasive species
I am no
can
sentinel.
unbalance even the
You have
most
nothing to hide from me.
robust ecosystem.
That is, I meant to say, through his beneficent guidance, and bid you good day. If you were a sentinel, or in some sentinel-adjacent role, I'd of course be honored to have you inspect my belongings. Unfortunately, my house is currently besieged by Crabbles. In any case, back to it.
Doing your job with pride.
Ah, the Outlander I spoke with before. What brings you back around?
Okay, this is what I needed to talk to. I was trying to figure out why I hadn't given him the purple berry crunch.
Did I? Not again. Oh, this? It's a birthmark, skin condition, both, about which I am rather sensitive, thank you very kindly.
An observant that was remarkably unconvincing.
Again, are you sure you are no kind of heretofore unrevealed hidden agent? Because I have the distinct feeling you possess some unknown agenda, yet am unclear to the whys and wherefores surrounding it? In short, I remain somewhat confounded. Me? Moved to Fair? Why, even if it was still held by our proud protectorate, I've been assigned here.
Oh, relax, I'm
Everything
an
would
ally.
a true ally speak so plainly? Or coolly remark with some cryptic double entendre? Straight talk seems more the province of hidden agents, savvily angling to trick somebody. If you were a sentinel, or in some sentinel-adjacent role, I'd of course be honored to have you inspect.
Why? Because the
Okay, I guess I have to
matriarch
just go
herself
to his house since I can't use the
and the
speech check.
sovereign embodies and executes
Okay,
on it.
now let's
Throughout history,
see. I need
human
a card
societies
for
were
that.
constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant.
But
Depletion of resources
no,
and
can't
a
get up
lack of
there.
community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign
How do I
to
get the
guide
card to
them.
get in there? I'm trying to
We
think.
all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of
Did you hear?
contentment.
They're letting anyone who wants to train at the Arbiter's facility.
Okay, let's see. No. So that's where we need to do the
That's why it's so
propaganda
generous
thing.
of the sovereign
But
to cogs in the Great War Machine.
let's see. Westport Broadcast Facility.
We need.
I think we get it from this guy, but that's going to have to take a bit.
So much dust.
So now we need to head. I think it's over. No. Not here, but we can at least check this. Yeah, we don't have what's needed in order to actually do that. Door's shut. Okay. So basically, there's a generator down here that we need to access.
Stay in the system. Serve the sovereign.
Yep, down there, and we're a little high up.
My favorite is, we must route all disruptive factors and invasive elements.
To govern it, the matriarch working with and through.
Okay, let's see if I can't try and fingers crossed I can survive this. Well, that worked out much better than I was expecting that to actually go. Okay, the reason I did that is because, well, normally I have to sneak past some auto mechanicals, but I don't have to do that now. So we just run over here, and there's two reasons why we want to do this. One, there's a toss ball here. So just take all that. And 5% more HP. Let's see. Mantle the purifier coupling. And now we get a little EXP from that. Oh, we also get some screws. Cool. And now the reason why I'm fine doing this is because, well, Skyrim door. Basically, we can just unbar it from here. Why does it locks from the outside? I'll never understand. I mean, I get that as part of the game design, but at the same time, it's one of those things that doesn't make much sense. And now one other thing we can do is go and sabotage the what's it called? The generator, that's what it is. Not sure why my brain can't think of certain things right now. Okay, let's see. If we just run around here. Okay, we need generator key. So we need to hop up on this stuff. Now we're up top. Went a little high up. Hey. Okay. Now we're up here. Take the shells. And we can now mess with the generator. And yeah. Whatever this thing is. So now the generator. Alright. Not sure why they gave us the key to get in there by being in there, but it is what it is. Still, I am curious. Any chance that key also lets us in over here so we can do this real quick or no? Yep, nope, we need lockpicking 3. Oh, okay. One more NPC we need to talk to, and then we'll get going. Because there is a doctor over here who we can convince to leave.
Well, you walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle.
Any way I can be of assistance?
Don't suppose you have any medical supplies to spare, do you? That you might kindly consider donating?
Sure, here you go.
Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra. Honestly? Well, I'm a reasonable judge of character and you seem upright. On behalf of my patients and I, thank you. We're all grateful. Guess outsiders aren't all just base individualists like they say on the wireless. Barring this being some tricky sales strategy, that is. This is a good start, but I fear it won't last long. Wouldn't happen to know a reliable means to procure more, would you?
Yeah. You can buy it from Fairfield.
They'd sell to us? Those medicaments you gave us before? No, never. You must think
sell
me easy.
whatever
You
to
almost make
whoever.
that sound reasonable. Under a highly skewed, morally vacuous light. Not seeing a wealth of options here at present. I can watch my patients die, then face execution. Or we can resettle elsewhere and remain alive. I lean toward the latter. The abandoned section of Westport ought to have some supplies. Should be enough
Duplicate the
medicaments down there
medicine
to
I
help our
provide.
injured survive the trip to
Stretch
Fairfield.
it out enough for the
It's
trip.
perilous, though. If you're sure it'll retain its efficacy, that might just do the trick. I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. Seems like in Fairfield, I can get them the help they require. The one last additional thing we'll need is for Vigilant Hogarth to agree to it. It's less a concern about disloyalty and more my respect for his abilities. He's a skilled leader, and we could sorely use his aid, from coordinating logistics to keeping up morale. I'll surely have my hands full with my
I'll
patient.
try my
All
best to
right,
convince him.
be careful out there.
Has the Sovereign said how many of those pills were each allowed? It must be at least a fistful more.
Okay. I'm not even going to try and say all that for the meal pack. Okay. I like how they just let us take everything that's around here. But okay. So that is... I forgot about this room. I'm not going to say no to a bunch of free stuff. Why do they have the broadcast key in here? Designator revolver. Just go ahead and break down every gun I have. Alright. And now we move on. So we do have to go down there in order to get into that guy's house to discover his fascination with Purple Berry Crunch. And we can disable that here later.
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assignment.
For now, we need to basically beeline it straight to the mechanical factory.